What's going on, guys? It's Hampy here and welcome back. Now today we're going to be briefly talking about why Twistzz left Liquid. Again, I am back home for the holidays, celebrating New Year's with the family, so again, no camera, and if I'm echoing, I apologize. But we're going to get through it like I've said in the last video. Anyways, here is the deal. So before we can talk about why Twistzz left Liquid, we have to take a look back at Liquid where they were a year ago. And that takes us to, the Grand Slam winning Liquid, the Nitro Stewie Napoli Twistzz Liquid, the basically unstoppable powerhouse for that period of time. And to understand why Twistzz left, we need to look at what positions and roles those players played within that team. So Nitro was the main opper and IGL. Stu was the secondary IGL, maker of chaos, as I like to refer to it, because he just did fucking dumb shit and it worked, and he just created chaos and it worked and it was awesome. And he was also the entry fragger for a lot of a lot of the executes. If you look at Naf was the lurk / support player. Elige was the main rifler, as everyone knows, basically the #1 rifler in the world. And Twistzz was an anchor / support. So if we take a look at that, this is kind of what we're working with, the framework what we're working with, and where the team was at. Now, if we look at what happened was when Nitro left and Grim replaced him, basically Stewie took over as main IGL. But there was a huge problem was that, every team doesn't necessarily just have a main IGL, but they have a secondary IGL as well that helps call mid rounds when things aren't going the way they want them to. Nitro talked about this when he left Liquid to start Valorant. In an interview he did talk about how, Stewie would help him call in the mid rounds and when things weren't going their way. So every team needs at least a secondary IGL to do that. And that is where our problem runs into. When Stu took over, he became the main IGL, the secondary IGL. He became Opper. He kept trying to create his chaos that he liked to do and entry, but it's just too much. Like, he couldn't do it all. And Naf, Elige, Twistzz, and Grim, they're very quiet in the sense that they don't really speak up a lot. So they're not really there to help call when Stewie would need it. And again, Stu, I think, has talked about this in the past. So basically that leaves us with Stewie basically doing everything, and the 4 other players on the team all relatively playing the same role if you think about it. I mean, Naf would opt from time to time, but if you think about it, Naf, Twistzz, Grim are basically all support players. And I don't necessarily consider them anchors, but they are definitely support players. So they all kind of fill that same role. And yeah, so basically what Liquid needs is they need a main opper IGL like Nitro. So Stewie can go back to basically being that entry and that maker of chaos, while also helping call in the mid rounds. And basically now the only 2 opper IGLs that I think are, in the mix right now are Fallen and Cadian, but Cadian's taken. So basically that's why it has fallen. It's fallen to Fallen. So basically, yeah. So that's why they're probably bringing in Fallen, is because they need a Nitro-like IGL and opper to take control, to let Stu secondary call and be able to do what he does best, which is cause chaos. So that leaves that out. That kind of leaves us now with, all right, so we're adding Fallen. So who do you drop? So you're not going to drop Elige. You're not going to drop Stu. I mean, because you need that secondary caller. Because, if you drop Stu, then, you're back where you started with just one main IGL and no secondary. So you don't want that. So Stu stays, and you got to leave Naf. Naf is a great support and lurker. Basically, it comes down to Twistzz or Grim. And unfortunately, Twistzz basically had a really shitty year. And Grim outperformed him tenfold. So Grim put on his big boy pants and really showed up for the tier 1 scene. So that's why Grim stays and Twistzz goes. And there's also other reasons too, because personally Twistzz does have a girlfriend in Europe. So that could be a big factor. Also, the current pandemic, how it's looking right now, it's more likely to be for European countries to hold LAN events before LAN events in the US. So why would Twistzz want to be stuck in the U.S. just playing land again or playing online again, when he's definitely openly talked about how he hates it and it's definitely, it's caused issues for him. So why would he stay in the U.S. when he could easily, go live with his girlfriend in Europe, play for a European team, and have the best shot at playing on land? So, again, I think this was definitely a mutual departure between everyone. They probably all kind of like talked about it. And, this was kind of the decision they reached. It sucks. I'm a big fan of Twistzz, but it was either Twistzz or Grimm. And like I said, I think Twistzz has good reasons to leave, versus Grimm. So I think that's where it, where everything stands. So now we got Fallen will probably be the new Opper IGL. Stu will secondary call while entering. They'll probably shift Grimm to anchor, and then Naf won't probably be picking up the op anymore. He'll probably just switch back to being a rifler. And yeah, I think that's where we're looking at right now. So yeah, that's why Twistzz left Liquid. Again, it basically it partially had to do with performance, but I think a big part of it was personally for him. He wanted to change up his lifestyle a little bit, and that's why he departed. Anyways, guys, that is it for me for today. Thank you for checking out the video. I'm actually curious to know everyone else's opinion. If you have an opinion, go ahead, throw it down in the comments. I'm kind of curious to see where other people's heads are at on this matter. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Really, really, really helps me out. If you want to see more videos, head over to my channel, click the subscribe button, and also check the notification bell because of dumb YouTube algorithms. Sometimes I post a video and people don't know I posted it. So make sure that bell is ticked so you get notified every time I post a new video. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out today's video. I'll catch you in the next one.